Last time on the Adventures of Gaia, Pryo and Danus caught up with the memory thief Corvo. Through the interrogation, they learned that the memories had been split. The bulk of the memories were sent to a hacker in Kev named Lili, while 3 memories were to be sent to Seraphine Ali, the head of the Emerald Cabal, by the blonde man named Sandeep that they had met in Beliza, a man they thought they had killed, but Corvo informed them that Sandeep had a personal regeneration device. After dispatching Corvo, the pair discovered a trail of his UV, which led to a hidden triangular door set in the Gaia horizon. So steam billows past you as the literal horizon splits and a set of triangle doors open. You hear, coming down this odd metal hallway, you would probably have to bend to get in, the echoes of water moving almost against metal somewhere deep inside, and faint beeps and clicks and chirps and metal clicking against metal. The wind blows up over the cliff that you're standing on and through the bushes, the literal bushes beside you, and your brain tries to adjust to what looks like trees and bushes moving in front of you and off in the distance in response to the wind, but you know it's actually a flat wall of the Gaia horizon in front of you. The bushes pixelate slightly, and you know if you reached out and touched, it would just be flat. And that triangle door stands open in front of you, as if it was a door magically standing flat in the air.
Okay, Pryo does that. He touches just to the left of the door, the horizon, like, doo, doo, a couple times.
Okay, the blue, the horizon, the bushes that are supposed to be right there pixelate.
That's weird.
So this is a door?
Some kind. Pryo would like to roll detective to see if he can see any UV of Corvo or any of these people maybe using this room or what's going on, any other clues.
Okay.
Then with an 8, that's a critical success.
As the steam billows out, and it's a warm, wet, there's a bit of a cleaner smell to it. You look through, it's so damp. You see little pools of water on the metal, and this is metal, a metal walkway straight in front of you. You can't see anything. There is UV, but it's odd and green a bit. You see some kind of mossy, not quite moss, but algae ick along the walls. As you look down, it's a narrow hallway, about 6 feet tall. It's got handhelds on each side. It's all metal formed, and it goes on for quite some time, and you can hear the drip and a low machine hum down there.
Some kind of magic portal or something.
Well, do we investigate, or do we, now that we know, thanks to UV signs and your family fun interrogation, that our guy's not dead?
Yeah, we got to get back there pretty quick. Now, GM, we had I believe we had some reason to believe, like tracks leading up to this, that maybe some of these guys were using this as part of their operations. But I don't see their UV inside. So...
you do see odd tracks going up there, but it is so covered in ick, and it's quite a warm environment, and there's quite a bit of bioluminescence going on that your own vision cannot distinguish any particular UV in here.
Okay, so they still might have been using it as some part of their operations.
It is quite possible.
Okay, Pryo turns around and puts his back flat against the horizon, so that if anyone's in there with a gun, hopefully no bullets will come out at him. He says over his shoulder, "I don't see anything in there, shooter. Do you see anything?"
I'll kind of turn the corner, give it the good old eagle eye. My vision's just slightly better. Do I see anything? Probably
Okay.
not.
You see pretty similar stuff. Now, are you using your scope to look down or just with your naked eyes?
Okay, first naked eye.
Okay.
And then if I feel, which I'm sure you'll let me know, if I feel it's necessary, then yeah, I'd take a scope.
You do see movement down there.
Really?
You see, you don't see a shape. You see more of the steam and smoke kind of billow, and you see movement through that, reactions. You do feel a puff every so often come out at you, and you are hearing clicking movement down there. I'm not sure who has better vision or better hearing, but you do.
I do not.
Okay.
Pryo has trained his ears to be sharp to detect any kind of ambush.
Okay. It is a big long hallway, and there you can tell when you look down, Danus, there is an opening at the edge of that vision, and it's more obscured because of the smoke rather than it being 800 meters or something like that.
Okay. Then I'll turn and say, yeah, nothing. What do you think? Spend a good 5 minutes, check it out real quick. That way we know what's on the other side, in case this is a wonderful Gaia door, we can use it to get out, and we know where it is somewhere else. Okay, that's a yes. I'll pull out my. How big is the area that we'd be going into?
It's a very narrow,
okay,
almost tunnel, so to say, only metal. I
will kind of shift my sniper rifle, the one I'm carrying. I'll kind of hide it on the other side of the door in some brush, kind of cover it up, make it look good. And I'll pull out a pistol, and I'll give the thumbs up.
Okay. Smart move. I give you my +1 for that.
Okay.
Okay. Alec, not the GM, you, Alec.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me. My whole huge +1, you're just letting it flow out in the air, man. Okay. Pryo is in agreement with this plan of action. He says in a hushed voice, "All right, I'll go in first.
Oh,
if you see anything,
I checked for the communicators. We still have them, right? We both have one? Okay, all right, because we just making sure this time. All right.
I haven't crushed them in the second time.
All right.
I'll go in first. If you see anything, don't worry about me, just shoot. He then phases with a critical, becomes somewhat insubstantial. And like some kind of ghost, walks in, partly phasing through his shoulders and part of his head going through.
Okay, you come in.
Hopefully to draw anybody's fire. They'll shoot at me and not at him, and he can shoot them through me.
It's quite a long hallway. Are you looking to move you're obviously silent, but move carefully or move quickly down the hallway? He's
somewhere in between, if that makes any sense. He's not dawdling, but if I see any obvious, claymores or traps, I will stop. But he's trying to get. I want to get some paces between me and Dennis, so if they start shooting at me, he has a hope in hell of getting down or not be caught in that crossfire.
You make your way down then fairly quickly. It is a long. You walk for some time. It's a long hallway, and that steam billows around. You lose sight, particularly Danus, given that Pryo is phased at this point. You lose sight of where he is. Pryo, you come out into a large walkway. You're quite above ground, and you see a huge hollowed out room. It's all metal. There's tons of steam. It's actually tactily wet on your hands, and you can look over and you see a railing in front. So it's like a open grid metal in front of you and a railing, and you hear the noise and the movement quite a bit off now. You realize it was echoing in this large metal room, and you hear water moving quite quickly. You see tubes with water in front of you.
Okay.
Did you want to move out of the hallway?
Yes, I move out of the hallway.
Okay.
And try to get into an area where there's not steam blowing through my body.
Okay.
And I will reconstitute.
Okay. Okay, you come out. There are some out here in the main room, the steam isn't quite as concentrated in spots. You can find pockets where it's open, so you can reconstitute. But you take a quick look either way, you see that the room is a giant, large square, and you can actually see the end in either direction. There's some random things here and there, some rags and such. You see some flashing computer screens down the left hallway. And you don't see anything immediately in front of you as far as another being.
Okay, I say, looks clear.
On my way up. And then I will head in.
Okay.
Doing one last look behind us.
+1! There's a guy No, there's no guy.
No, okay. I figured, but all right.
Yeah, you turn and look behind you. You see the bushes and that little trail that's not necessarily made, but some footsteps, which are mostly now yours and Pryo, behind you, and that stone house that was there, but there's nothing seemingly living or moving around. And you duck in and start walking down the hallway. You come up to meet Pryo. Before you see this same huge room, and you come up to the railing and kind of look over. It drops quite far, and you see 6 huge pools of water in front of you, with tubes going in and out, water moving around. There's a sign that says at right in front of you on the base, it says Water Reclamation and Purification Hub 8489BXTL44M, and the number goes on for a while. And down below, there's all these little robots moving about. They're flying in the air. They have almost like a belly of water below them. You can see some have water, some are empty. They're moving back and forth quite quickly. They back up to these big tubs, and almost as if their butt connects, and you see the water gloop, gloop, gloop go out, and they go up. They're floating all around. And in these, just one sec, in these big pools, there's 6 in front of you, and they're enormous. Half have crystal clean, beautiful blue water, but the other 3 have green, stinking, kind of smelly water, and the robots are flying around quickly. You could both roll memory.
With 100, as per usual, Pryo's memory's not been very good lately.
Having a bit of a problem with memory. It's all up to Danus.
I've got an 87, and that should be. Oh my gosh, I failed. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
What'd you
you're
roll?
in this thing with water. It's green. You can smell this green, smelly water in front of you. That's quite stinky. In the as it comes up, you see some bots are kind of trying to spew out the green water.
Pryo would like to look around and see if now maybe in this area we can see any clues of them habitating here, any clues of them using this area, maybe they lift, maybe is this some of their rags, is there UV on these rags? I'd like to roll for that, for detective.
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
I need to roll under a lot. Do I have a minus?
No.
Okay, then Pryo is a good detective, and I do not critical fail, I critical success, in fact, 59.
Fabulous. So you start looking around, and you see rags, as I said, off kind of in one corner. You walk past these computer screens to your left, and there's the railing to your right that looks to the pools. The rags are kind of at the end of this balcony. There is some familiar UV. You look, and it looks like Corvo's. However, there is some blood on it as well. It doesn't look like anyone spent very much time here. You can see on the screens flashing in front of you, there's a readout, a dark screen with green text across, and every so often a red line flashes, error. There's quite a few as the screen goes past.
Do I understand these messages, these error messages?
No. You know what an error means, but it doesn't necessarily. It's all code and random letters, and then just error 6498.
Well, just in case that's important, I'll commit that to memory. That's to say, write it down on my character sheet.
So this is a water reclamation area, and we've got what's perfect clear water, and then the nasty water that's being reclaimed. And very cool, very cool. And how far away is that, you said?
down below. It's a good, the pools are almost, not quite, but almost up level to where you are on this balcony that overlooks it. And it's a good 80-foot drop down, if not maybe a bit more down below. There's quite a bit of steam that's collected below, so you can't quite see the ground.
Okay, then I won't use a scope to kind of look around or anything. I'll just...
It doesn't look like there's any ladders to get down there. It doesn't look like there's any way that someone could have necessarily, without ropes or some other kind of device or fly or something, to get down.
We don't think they got down there, do we? They were in this vestibule area.
Yes, it doesn't. Using detective, you look around. You do see just that one little pile. It doesn't look like that. Roll detective for me again, Pryo. And actually,
critical success.
Okay, Dennis, do you also have been learning detective?
I have detective. It's got a huge penalty, but yes, I do have it.
Okay, well, roll it. You're both looking at the same scene. You're also following Pryo and watching what he's doing and looking where he's looking.
Learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to... Oh, man. I have to roll under a 36. I got a 9!
Pryo, you do have a bit of a bonus watching where he looks, but that's how, of course, you're going to learn how to do something. Yeah. So you're looking, and he looks out and looks around. You both don't have any indication. There's no UV on this railing except what you've just touched. Now, of course, it is wet, as I said, but it does look like, just looking at these rags, you see some blood on it. It looks like they might have been in there for a very short period. There's no mattresses or excess garbage or anything like that. You do, however, looking out as you're looking at stuff and looking down to see if there's anything below that indicates that they might have gone down there. You notice that some of the bots are moving quite strangely. There's two across the way, just at the edge of the last pool. They're just banging against the wall, backing up, boonk, boonk, and there's one just turning in a circle, sparking.
Okay.
Dennis, you have a memory. You remember Cabe telling you about Gaia constructs? The bots that care for Gaia? You remember her showing you some old bots out far in a cave, far away from the walls of your home. Mm-hmm. Seemed a little odd. She seemed to be hiding them out there. Mm-hmm. Her one eye, big black. She's got one big black center eye. Don't work on bots anymore, Dennis, but she looks out the cave as if someone's going to be listening to her. Well, maybe you could work on them, So this memory comes back to you as you watch this strange scene of robots. And Dennis, when you're looking, you realize that quite a bunch of them are moving clean, dirty water and sticking it into the clean and seeming to poison dirty, but it doesn't seem to be helping the clean water in any way.
So I get the impression that we're no longer in like a Gaia biodome thing. We're in Gaia.
+2. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's what I thought, but I was waiting for my moment. All right. So there's no way for me to get down there and tinker on these things, and even if we did, it's not. We're kind of urgently pressed in another direction. Yeah. Yeah,
definitely right now. And I assume if Pryo has anything to say about it, but there's no obvious way. And there's no obvious way to fix them. It seems to be something you would use the computer screens, but that's far beyond what your abilities truly are. You look at the screens, but there's nothing, just as Pryo did, there's nothing that's press enter to fix bots kind of thing.
Then I'll just say, I think we're in Gaia. I mean, we're always in Gaia, but I mean, we're not on Gaia. We're in, as he looks around.
Okay.
Yep.
Pryo goes. They held up here. Corvo held up here when he was bandaging his wounds from this fight with Sandeep. Then he went back out into the town. Said we should get back and see if Sandeep's still alive.
Sounds good. The faster we move.
Whatever evil magic is happening here and hurting Gaia, I can't fix it.
No. Not one person can.
Okay. So Pryo then quickly, he'll take one last look around, just being a thorough detective, and you keep this place in mind. It's a good place to hole up if you need to. But he will quickly make his way out and get back into the town.
Okay. Just as you go to turn, a huge gust of wind blows in the door, and the steam just comes moving towards you. Suddenly you hear a lot of beeping and noise behind you. You can both roll surprise.
All right, I need a 105. I got an 81.
I get a critical success.
Okay, you both have success. All right, you see in front of you a bunch of the bots that are moving quite quickly. Suddenly, they all have little screens on the front of their face that seemingly to detect stuff, and 6 of them have turned red and have started moving towards you.
Yeah. Let's
you
go.
may roll initiative.
Oh! All
right, I have a map here for you. You see yourselves.
Awesome maps.
Are both on this walkway. This right here is the tunnel coming in. Danus, I've just put you there for a moment to illustrate it. This is the long sort of balcony you've been standing on, and these are the huge pools with various bots moving around. You see some bots moving towards you. You've got 6. Not all of them have come.
Are they moving about that fast?
Yep. Which is why you had to roll surprise, because they moved so very quickly.
Oh, darn. They move quickly. Okay, well, this is Gaia. I have nothing against Gaia, per se, although unless she took my memory, and then I'm going to find out whatever that is, and ask her, why'd you take my memories away? Or whatever happened to them. But I don't necessarily want to damage this obviously malfunctioning area further. Are you in agreement with me, Danus, there?
I mean, in the moment, you're gonna see. I don't know what his initiative is, but I'm about to start dashing down the hallway.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead and do that. I'll cover us. Okay, well, Pryo gets at least 494 for initiative. You tell me what they get. I can even go full attack.
You 494?
Yes.
I would probably go full attack as well, but can I use full attack to run the opposite direction? Like,
yes, you could. You could, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can do your full movement speed and just run rather than a covered retreat. You do have Pryo standing there, and you can get down that hallway. It's not that long of a hallway. You can get down that hallway fairly quickly.
Pryo says, "Run."
Yeah.
The imminence of the bots coming towards you spur you on quickly. All right, you run down you start to make your way down the hallway. I will move you because I drew you. And Pryo, what are you doing? You beat them by just a bit. So they're almost upon you.
Okay, I'm going to jump in that hallway behind me, and as I'm doing so, I'm going to make a force field over the doorway.
So your intention is to move here
and
like
force
that,
field,
and put a force field right here across the hallway.
Yes.
Not go into the middle, right here.
Yep.
All right then. Please roll.
All right. His defense sorcery is strong. He needs to roll under 361.
Josh, I'm going to give you my +1 right now because that is the simplest solution to a combat. Like, that is just, there it is. That it rarely happens.
Good. Yeah. I will add it to my roll, so I get I have to roll under 362. I only fail on a critical fail. Let's see if that happens this time. 11. It doesn't.
Yay! All right. You erect a force field.
The force field has 2,060 points of hit.
All right.
It might need it.
Instantly, half the bots actually turn around. They all start moving away this way. The other half, however, keep moving forward. This main bot comes across and bangs right into your force field. And bot 2 is not far behind. In fact, that one bot's just banging against it, and you can barely feel it in your mindscape.
Okay. Well, they seem to be quite malfunctioning. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know why this is going on, but I don't know if this is related to my current case. I'll put it on the list of things Pryo needs to figure out. Okay, Pryo gets up, looks behind over his shoulder, and then continues on and says, go. And I hope to follow Dennis running out and then get on the other side of the triangle door, and hopefully the triangle door is closed behind us.
Kate, you both turn around. You're moving quite quickly, hunched over, because it is a small alley. And you come out into the fresher air, less steamy air. The door had actually, when you got up to it, Alec, had half closed. And that is what directed the wind down so strongly down the hallway. It opened again when you came up, however. You both make it through. It half closes
it's
again.
It's not locked.
You do make it through. It's a kind of, it 2 or 3 times tries to close with some effort and then does finally close. And as you stand beside it, it disappears. +3 for successful avoidance of combat.
Yay! Do.
That's a rarity. That's good.
The best fight is the one you don't get into.
He who is wise who knows when to fight and when not to fight.
Nice quote.
Says Commander Riker.
So I will just, as we get through the door, I'm just going to keep running.
Okay.
I know. But I'm going to run out to the edge.
Yeah, the cliff,
and take a look. We haven't been in there that long.
No.
But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I'll just go double check because I'm tired of getting walked on.
Nice. You don't see anyone coming around at this point. You see a dead form beside you. I can't remember if you covered him or not.
Nope.
Oh, there he is. Dead with a big hole in his face. Kipril, you're standing at the door. Tannis took off.
Yeah. Okay, I jog after him.
Oh, then he sees me jogging the other way because I'm going back for the gun.
Yeah. I was wondering if you're going to remember that gun.
Did I notice the gun?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I pick it up and I jog over.
Okay.
Yeah. They got you really scared, I guess.
No. No, I'm tired of being a little too casual on this. So as I double check the ammo and make sure the gun's clean and, gonna fire, not jam on me.
Pryo nods with an understanding, a look of understanding on his face. A little bit of his face you can see because, of course, he's covered up for the most part, just goggles and that mask, so you generally can't see him usually when he's operational for the most part. He takes that off actually and wipes his face.
Yeah, you're quite steamy inside, and there's it's a mix of both like a dirty slime smell and some kind of cleaner disinfectant for the water smell mixed together.
Okay, well then while he's putting all that stuff back on, he's cleaning his goggles, he goes, well, I don't see them getting out of there. I guess they're stuck in there.
Yeah, which they should be in there working properly, but...
Well, if we find any tinkerers or, I don't know, priors, maybe they could fix Gaia here, but I think we should get back to Belize and see if Sandeep is still alive.
Agreed. I do wonder, though, as we walk down, how easy it would be just to fix them and what the general impact would be, because I don't know exactly. It sounds like it's more than just water.
What did that robot tell us? Guy's failing? Pryo considers whether or not that's why he lost his memory. Maybe it's just a malfunction. Maybe he was wounded in combat, or maybe he even died. Someone put him in a pod, or he recycled, and he just came out like Christophia did. Or maybe this nefarious character that we heard about, Serafina Lee, maybe she stole my memories too. Either way, it's solved in the same area, and we Pryo does make a good time and force poor Dennis to try and keep up to get back to Belize.
All right. Okay, you both make your way. Dennis, you feel like you're back in training with the push that Pryo establishes. However, it's at least you're out in the world.
Yeah.
You follow your same trail. I assume you came the main Gaia road that goes through. You actually come up to that point where you had seen the water coming up out of the ground that was green and smelly. And there were the holes with the little creatures. You actually see some heads looking up and then pop back down as you
I take my shield out, I take a kukri out, and go bong, 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 bong.
Nice. They all pop down as soon as they saw someone coming. They seem to have gone under now.
Okay, I keep the weapons at the ready as we go through quietly, but hoping they won't give us any more trouble. They learned the lesson.
It definitely seems they have. And you make your way through and past that. It occurs to you that this green, smelly water that's coming out of a pipe that, as you deduced last time, shouldn't be spewing out in the way it is. That green, sludgy water sure looks familiar in a place you were just in. And the smell hits you.
Now we know where that came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you make your way back. Without much ado, you spend
do I have another rag, or I probably have a lot of rags and like masks and things like that. Okay, I give one to Danus while we're going through so he can cover his mouth.
Oh,
okay.
What the? Where did you have this?
I'm sure it smells better than the water.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way past this area. You spend evening camped as you did on the way back and make your way back to Beliza.
Pryo wants to have a conversation with Mr. Danus.
Okay.
While we're getting tethered up in that room still.
Oh, okay.
Prio's cleaning things and getting ready to get tethered up, and he, as nonchalantly as possible, says, "So, Danus, where'd you get that dagger on your belt?"
I'll reach for it and I'll pull it out. This one?
Uh-huh.
It's on me. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it doesn't do this. And then I pop the gun out of my armor.
Okay.
And then I put it back. You know,
okay.
It doesn't seem to work, but
all right. I make a critical on acting. That didn't seem as alarming to have alarmed Pryo as much as it actually did. He's like, he was about to murder you from that action.
It preemptively. I could see why it would look like that, but no.
in retrospect. Okay, Pryo just goes, it actually just looks him right in the eye and says, "So why are you here, really? Come on. Stop bullshitting me."
So by now I've probably figured out this guy's pretty good at like seeing things and people and stuff. I'm guessing that unless it would just be a tug of war that I'd end it sooner or later I would lose.
Yeah.
So, hand him the dagger.
Okay.
So,
Pryo just looks at it.
Yeah, take a look at this. I'm going to say a few things. Tell me if anything comes to mind. Okay.
Okay, Pryo takes it, looks at it.
Looks at it. Okay. Angel. Now I look at his eyes. No recognition? Okay. Fallen angel. And then I wait. Any recognition? I'll lean in a little bit, very slowly, so he doesn't but he's got the knife, so I don't know why he would jump. A Theon. No recognition?
What'd you say?
Then I lean in closer, and then I say it. A Theon. Anything?
You tell me, GM.
There's a small spark in the back of your mind. Roll.
I needed to roll for memory. I'm assuming I'm rolling memory.
Yeah.
His memory is only 80.
Tell me what you rolled.
Superhuman, his memory is not. I rolled 32.
Okay. You have a small sparkle when he says that Theon. It's almost as if slight, like when you get a shock a little static electricity shock in your mind. That's it.
Nothing?
What does that mean? A Theon.
This is going to be difficult. Well, let's stop saying that word for now. Okay. I take a moment and I kind of stare off for a second.
The drawing of this bird on this dagger.
Yeah.
I saw you notice my psionic visage come out when I used it. A phoenix.
Yeah.
I saw your face. I see the same visage on this dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I find that hard that it's a coincidence.
As far as I'm aware, it's not a coincidence.
How so?
So, from what I know, full disclaimer, I have my memory. I don't know you, except what we have interacted so far, so don't get confused on that. But I was told to come find you. I'm from where you're from. The name that we're just not going to say anymore. The one that you seem to recognize, but you're not sure why. It's a place. It's a good place.
Why were you sent to find me?
Because you are a fallen angel, but you're a good person, in case you were wondering. And you came out here into Gaia to do good. At least I think. Hope. But
what happened to me?
That I don't know, unfortunately. Because it'd be a whole lot easier if you just remembered. Then I probably wouldn't be here.
So let me get this straight.
Yep.
You were sent here to find me because you and I are angels from a Theon.
I guess I am. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm an angel now. We're out here in Gaia doing good, but you, we call it fallen. You've disappeared. You stopped. You didn't come back. You stayed out here.
Well, well, Danus, if we're both angels from a Theon, then why don't we just go home?
I wish it was that simple.
We'll make it simple.
Okay. But I'm here to help you do good. I'm not necessarily here to direct you home. It's going to be a lot easier if you remember how to get there.
Okay, Prio's not so sure. He's like, it sounds a little bit like mumbo jumbo to me. I'm not so sure. All right, Pryo looks at the dagger again. If I'm from a Theon, then why don't I have a fancy armor like you do, or this dagger?
I met you, and you attacked me. I have no idea what you went through before I met you. So...
Okay, Pryo hands him back the dagger handle first.
Sweet. I will say something. Maybe it'll help, maybe it'll hurt. You have a name, John. It's not John.
What name is that?
As I go get hooked onto the stuff and I start making my way toward the door. Your name's Pryo. And I hope you remember a lot more real soon.